All right, guys. I want to welcome you back to Trending Niger. According to Nasiri Elrufai, he said he has conducted a poll and he has asked Nigerian, especially Nigerian from the southeast and some part of the north, and he has seen the result that the president has 91% disapproval. That is, a lot of people he has, a lot of them disapproved President Bola Ahmed Tinubu being re-elected in 2027. All right, quickly we are going to touch this, we are going to discuss it, and as usual, I have my partner here who will introduce himself.
All right, my name is Larry. We shall be discussing on the Elrufai matter.
All right, guys, Larry, talking about Nasiri Elrufai. After he left the All Progressives Congress, he has been doing a lot of work, a lot of things to discredit the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and also to discredit Tinubu himself, because he spoke a lot of things concerning Tinubu. He talked about how he ruled Lagos and all that. All right, let me ask you, what do you think about Nasiru El-Rufai throwing all these negatives against the president?
Well, I think Elrufai has not recovered from the shock of not being part of the administration's minister, because, well, we can't attribute that to the fault of the president either. The National Assembly rejected his nomination on security ground. There was a background check that was conducted on him, and then it was realized that he sponsored insecurity in Kaduna State. So we don't expect the president to approve such kind of person into the cabinet, because security check has been conducted on him, and then he couldn't pass it. So it's not anybody's fault. But of course, maybe he had expected that the president should have used his power to have ensure he got into that, he become part of the cabinet. But of course, the president rather listened to the National Assembly, and ever since then, Elrufai has been churning out all manner of negative vibes against the president. So the latest one is the one we are going to analyze now.
All right, guys. According to him, he has asked a lot of people. I don't know how he conducted that particular poll. No, maybe through telephone, and you have a lot of medium of gathering data. So maybe through telephone, through one-on-one conversation, and all that. But the result of the poll is what we are discussing. He said the president has 91% disapproval, and he said that he gone to the southeast, some north, and also in Lagos. All right, guys, Mr. Larry, checking the president and also knowing the way people are trooping in to join the president, do you think that particular poll is correct?
Well, of course, I wouldn't say it is right, and I wouldn't say it is wrong. Because, of course, the question I would love to ask Elrufai was, what was the methodology he used in conducting such poll? Because then, does Elrufai has a polling company that will conduct research and then seek people's opinion on national matters? But of course, the Elrufai may be using his may just want to use his mindset to just determine what people feel about this present administration. Of course, he knows there's a lot of hunger in the land, there's inflation, there's all manner of things that people are not happy about concerning this government. He may just feel that that is what he believes is in the heart of Nigerians, that Nigerians are not comfortable with this government and may not likely vote him in. But of course, what we are talking about now is that is the issue of people the campaign to the APC, and we know how elections are conducted in Nigeria. Where the government, the governors rather, they help in galvanizing support at the grassroots. But of course, it is very easy for people to now say that under Jonathan that didn't happen. That Jonathan, despite his power of incumbency, was sacked. But of course, you cannot compare a Tinubu with a Jonathan. So let's watch and see how things pans out.
All right. Nasir Elrufai, the former governor of Kaduna State, who left the ruling All Progressives Congress to the SDP, and right now we are having a lot of crisis. When I say crisis, deep crisis in SDP, has gone to conduct a poll, and that poll give President Bola Ahmed Tinubu poor results. So I want to conduct the same poll with you right now, Larry. So judging by the performance of the president within these 2 years, how can you rate the president, or do you think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has no chance, a brighter chance to re-elect the second time?
Well, we have to look at it in a broader perspective, because between now and 2027 is still a little far away anyway. But of course, what the game plan of the president is to ensure that inflation, certain fundamentals are worked on, and one of them is inflation. Now, if you look at the president now, the inflation, we started inflation this year from around 34.80 or thereabout, and if you look at inflation today, it's about 23 point something percent, maybe 18 or thereabout, 18% or thereabout. It shows that the target which the president has set for this year is 15% inflation target. So the president may likely is working towards that, because he knows that he cannot win an election with the way inflation is in the country. So he's working towards that. So if the president can pull inflation to say 15% between now and December, and then by next year he further worked on it to maybe say about 11%, then of course, and then the dollar naira exchange rate becomes stabilized even at say you have it at 900 naira per dollar, he still qualifies to be a second-time president of Nigeria, considering the fact that he did what others have been unable to do. A lot of people now understand why the president decided to take such step. Of course, people that may still not understand are the market women, because they don't know the basic fundamentals of economics. People like Atiku, Obi, that promise that okay, they are going to carry on the same plan of action. Of course, they are now pretending and now trying to shy away from what Tinubu did. So what Tinubu did now, if what Tinubu did not lead to what we call stagnation in the economy, did not lead to this how do I put it now, recession, economic recession. Because under Buhari, we had 2 economic recession, and Buhari was heavily pumping in dollars to subsidize, he was pumping dollar into the economy, was taking all manner of economic steps that are not, that are baseless, just to support the naira. Yet, we had a recession. But this man took a step that no government, be it military or democratic government, has been able to do since the 70s. I think this thing was introduced into our system. Subsidy was introduced into the system in the 70s, and countries that introduced such policy have far beyond. They have abolished it because they know it is not helping the economy. But we continue to push it, living fake life thinking that Nigeria is doing well while the country is not doing well. But for this man to have done that, any reasonable person, you begin to we see the need to campaign for him. Even Obi now, I'm sorry to say for the obedient now, there are a lot of maybe other people from other tribes now that voted him the other time that may not see the need to vote him now, because they are beginning to wake up to the reality that, look, this man means well. If we can save those money that we use in subsidizing the dollar, about 1.5 billion every month to subsidize the dollar, living a fake life, thinking naira was actually what it was, which is not the real value of the naira. If we have a president that says, oh no, that wastage shouldn't be there, we use that money to build Lagos Calabar coastal rail, the one from Badagry to Sokoto, and the one from other key locations. We use it to develop infrastructure in Nigeria.